You just installed the Blackmagic Camera app and you're ready to shoot cinematic 4K. One of the smartest moves you can make is connecting an external SSD like the Samsung T7 or T9, which will give you more recording time without clogging your internal storage. In this video, I'll show you exactly where the external storage option is in the app and how to switch to it, and which SSD to choose based on your frame rate and budget. Before you start using your T7 or T9 SSD drive, make sure it's formatted correctly. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, especially editing on a Mac or recording directly from an iPhone or iPad, I'd highly recommend formatting your drive to APFS. APFS offers faster read and write speeds and handles large video files like ProRes much more efficiently than older formats like ExFAT. Just keep in mind, APFS is best if you're staying within Apple devices and the Apple ecosystem. You will not want to use APFS if you need to work on both Mac and Windows with that drive. In that case, you would want to use the ExFAT format instead. To format your SSD, plug your Samsung T7 or T9 into your Mac via the USB-C or USB-A port. Wait for macOS to recognize the drive. If it's brand new, it may not mount yet, but that's okay. The next step is to open the disk utility via the Launchpad. So you're going to want to click on the Launchpad icon in your dock, and once that opens, you're going to type disk utility into the Launchpad search bar at the top of the screen. Click the Disk Utility app icon, which is the silver hard drive with the stethoscope. Next, in the Disk Utility window, go to the View dropdown and select Show All Devices. This is the key so you can erase the entire SSD properly and not just a partition. And in case you can't find the View option, it's in the top left of your entire screen, next to the Apple logo, not inside the Disk Utility window. Also, make sure the Disk Utility is the active app. Look for its name in bold next to the Apple logo. If it's not, just click anywhere inside the Disk Utility window to bring it into focus. Next, you need to select the correct drive. On the left sidebar, locate your Samsung T7 or T9 SSD. Click on the top level item. It should say something like Samsung T7 SSD Media. Do not select the indented volume beneath it. With the drive selected, click the Erase button in the top toolbar. When the Erase dialog pops up, you're going to need to give the drive a new name. You can give it a name like T7 Projects or T9 Projects. Then for format, select APFS, and for scheme, select GUID Partition Map, and then click Erase to confirm. Then you just have to wait for the process to finish. The disk utility will format the SSD, and then after completion, it'll remount it with your new name and format. The first step is to plug your Samsung T7 or T9 into your iPhone using a reliable USB-C to USB-C cable. This step is crucial. You could have the best SSD on the market, but if you're using a generic USB-C cable that isn't rated for high-speed data transfers, you're going to run into drop frames and failed recordings. With your SSD plugged in, now all you have to do is launch the Blackmagic Camera app. So the first thing you're going to want to do is tap the gear icon in the bottom right-hand corner to open settings. Scroll to the media section. Under Save Clips To, you'll see three options: in-app only, in-app and photo library, and files. So from the three options, you're going to want to select the one that says files, and there's a little arrow on the far right. Select that and you'll be able to select your external SSD from the Finder window. So by using the Finder, you can actually see the name of your SSD drive on the left-hand side. If for any reason you don't see it, try unplugging it and replugging it back in again. So now all you have to do is select the drive that you want to use, and every take that you record will go directly to that SSD. When it comes to ruggedness and build, the difference is pretty clear. The T7 is sleek, slim, and super lightweight. It's ideal if you're shooting 1080p at 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, and even 60 frames per second. For most mobile filmmakers, the T7 gives you a killer balance of speed and price. But if you're aiming for 4K workflow, it works to some degree, but with caveats. The Samsung T7's speed relies on a small cache. It's called an SLC cache, and once that cache fills up, the performance drastically degrades at that point. So what's happening is the T7 switches from its fast SLC cache to a much slower TLC NAND, which is simply not built for long duration writes or high bitrate video capture. In real-world usage, the 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte models tend to sustain top speeds better than the 4 terabyte model. And this is in part due to thermal throttling and how the write speeds can drop if the SLC cache fills up during big file transfers. Now the T9, that's a different story. It's wrapped in a textured, rubberized armor that screams durability. Whether you're shooting run and gun style, trekking through the outdoors, or bouncing between locations, the T9 is built to take the hits. If you're pushing your iPhone to record 4K from 24 frames per second to 120 frames per second, even after the SLC buffer is exhausted, the drive's native NAND still holds a steady 900 megabits per second write speed with no thermal throttling. So now you know how to connect an external SSD to the Blackmagic Camera app and choose the right drive for your filmmaking needs. If you found this helpful, be sure to hit the like button and drop a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, guys.